Hey guys, welcome back to Just Being a Mom podcast. And today I am super excited because this is the first time I'm recording the podcast on YouTube and just a video of the podcast of me talking so you can see me on YouTube. Get it? But anyways, I know you could watch, you can listen to the podcast on YouTube, but now you can watch the podcast on YouTube. And I am available on iTunes and Spotify, so of course go listen there. But if you could give this video a thumbs up and click the bell for notifications, and of course subscribe. You should definitely do that. Also, if you're listening on Apple, please subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify, please follow me there. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at I'm Just Being a Mom, and just give me some likes, some love, some follows. I do always reply to comments and show love back, so I would definitely appreciate that. And I just want to thank you guys so much. I've been doing this for probably almost a year, and this is my first time recording because honestly I've been super insecure about just talking on camera and just putting myself out there. And I don't know why. It's just a fear that I've always had, and I made it my New Year's resolution that I was gonna get over that fear and talk. So I've just been hiding behind a blank screen. But I'm excited that I kind of let the walls down. And my husband did tell me something that Gary Vee said, you shouldn't nobody even knows who you are, so why do you even care? Nobody knows you. So you should really just not care what people think about you, because nobody really even knows you. So it doesn't really matter. I shouldn't be scared, and neither should you. So follow your dreams and do that thing that scares you and that you've been just procrastinating to do, because trust me, I've been procrastinating this video for the longest time, trying to just get over this hurdle of being insecure and just doing it. And I did it, and it's not so bad, right? But anyways, today, I know this is what you came for, a real topic. So today we're talking about gender roles and how gender roles affect your kids, and how you can teach your kids healthy gender roles, and just talking to them about gender roles and society and how these things have become normalized, but whatever. Anyways, so basically what gender roles are is just behaviors learned by a person appropriate to their gender. So basically I'm a woman, so I should be in the kitchen, making babies, cooking dinner, cleaning up, taking care of my husband, taking care of my kids, and that's a woman's job. I should be doing all of those things according to what society thinks. And my husband's a man, so he should be at work, making money, and coming home and getting fed, and then doing it all over again the next day. But fortunately, we don't live in those times anymore. It's just a brand new era. Women make just as much, if not more money than men. Men are cooking more, staying at home more, and the roles have reversed and switched and become what each family has needed, which is such a beautiful thing. So if you want your kid to learn about these gender roles and gender norms, if you want them to learn about, let's take that out, because they shouldn't really exist, right? People just do what they have to do for their family. But for my family, the gender roles are just very traditional. And it's so funny because I said all those things I said before are things that I do. I do cook, I do clean, I do stay at home with our son, I do make sure my family has food, clothes, everything that they would need and everything that they want. They know that I can provide. So it's very funny because the roles in my home are very traditional, and it's okay. I'm very proud of that. I love my life. I love taking care of my husband. I love taking care of my baby. I love being a wife. I love being a mom. I love cooking. I don't really like cooking that much, but I do it. I do love cleaning. Like, I really do like cleaning. And then when Akeem like tries to clean, I'm just like, just stop, don't, because I just like it my way. But but that doesn't mean Akeem doesn't cook at all or like help clean at all. Like, he does. So the way this affects our child is Elijah's obviously going to grow up seeing this as our family dynamic, seeing mom doing all of the cooking and all of the cleaning and all of the child rearing and all. And that's to say all, because Akeem is here. But there's very, like, the gender roles are very traditional. Like, I make Akeem's plate and I give it to him. It's very traditional. I do all the laundry. Just anything stereotypical that a woman would do in a house, I'm doing that. But it's okay, because I'm really proud of that, and I'm happy to do that, and I don't want people to think that, oh, it's a bad thing, that I'm in the stereotypical like wife mom role. It's okay. I love it. I have no problem with it. It's great. But what I want my kid, but this is the thing, your kid's gonna see exactly what you're doing, and they're gonna mirror that. And so if dad's a stay-at-home dad, he's gonna be like, okay, I could be a stay-at-home dad or whatever. And or opposite, or he'll be just like, I don't want to do what dad's doing. And that's the thing that's great too. It's because you want to give them these different, well, that's the thing, you want them, great. See, now you guys see what happens where my brain goes when I'm like lost, but now you can see it. But anyways, so you want your kid to want what they want. You want your kid to run their family how they want to run your family, but they kind of go off of what they see. So you can help them to get a feel for what they want in their life by giving them more experiences to different like family dynamics, letting them go stay at their friend's house and letting them see how their uncle or aunt run their home, or letting them be exposed to that and knowing that this way of living too is okay. It's not like frowned upon, or or nobody's, oh my God, it's more embarrassing when you're looking at me. But nobody can determine whether, your life is good or you're living the way you're supposed to be living. You're living the way that you want to live. And that's what I want my kid to know. It's okay to live the way that you want to live. Of course, there are some gender norms that, I am going to teach him, like, if you do invite a girl on a date, you better pay for her. Don't be wasting this girl's time. Buy her some food. If you do take a girl on a date, open her door. Obviously, we live in this feminism world where, like, I can pay for myself, I can do for myself, which is fine, like, great. But when you go on a date with my kid, he's gonna do for you, okay? So don't expect anything less. He's gonna open your door, he's gonna pay for your meal, and he's gonna be a perfect gentleman, whether he likes it or not, okay? Because that's what I want to teach him. I want him to know that this is how a gentleman acts on a daily basis. Because honestly, come on, if you can't buy me a meal, how are you supposed to, you're not looking for a wife, you're looking for like a good time. How are you supposed to provide for a family if you can't provide me one meal? You invited me on this date, waste my time. Sir, I don't have time for this. So yeah, some things of course I'm gonna teach him to protect and provide for his family. I think that's just what a man does. Um, but I have a very distinct definition of what a man is, and I'm gonna teach him that. And that's basically obeying God's word, being faithful to God's women, being excellent at God's work, and bettering God's world. And it's the same thing if you have a daughter, same thing, obeying God's word, being faithful to God's men, being excellent at God's work, and bettering God's world. And as long as you're doing those things, there's no gender assigned, except for being faithful to, in your marriage, being faithful in your marriage. And I feel like just as long as you're doing those things, you're being a great person in society. You're being, you're representing not only God, but you're representing yourself, you're representing your family. If you can do that proud and say, hey, this is what I bring to the table, then be proud of yourself, that's my goal for my kids. And I just want them to, one, understand that there's different dynamics, that you can have whatever kind of household works best for you and your wife. There's different things that there's different roles that each one of you can play. Like, she doesn't have to take the trash. I was like, it's funny because I was gonna say, like, she doesn't always have to take the trash out, but then technically if that was a gender role, it would be like, you always don't have to take the trash out. But we're not focusing on gender roles, so I guess I should stick with, she doesn't always have to take out the trash. Whoever sees the trash full needs to take the trash out, but just making it work best for your family is what I want to teach him. Like, you can do whatever you want to do in your family, just make it work, whatever works best for you guys. And but I do want him to understand that there's different family dynamics, that you need to be respectful of all these different family dynamics, and understanding and non-judgmental, and just know that it's okay to do and live how you want to. It's okay to just like me, just like, in society, people be like, oh, she's just a stay-at-home mom, or she's just, not doing much with her life. I don't think that. I love my life. And it's not until you really compare your life to somebody else's is when you're like, oh man, my life sucks. Like, guys, it's just pictures on Instagram. I promise, it's just pictures. It's all fake news. It's just pictures. Because you'll be looking, on the inside, in your bubble, you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy. Like, I love my life. And then you go look at one picture of somebody else and be like, oh, she looks way happier. Darn. But I love this song by J. Cole, and I'll put it in the description. It's called Love Yours. And he basically just talks about there's no such thing as a life that's better than yours. So live your life. Like, do what you want to do what makes you happy. Don't compare it to the outside world, to these fake photos, these very filtered photos. Don't compare it to that, okay? But love your life, do what makes you happy, and at the end of the day, that's all you can teach your kid, is to just do what makes you happy and to be proud of who you are and what you've accomplished and what you're doing for your family. Who cares if they're not in your family? Don't worry about what they think. Do what works best for you in your family, guys. Okay, that's what I preach all the time. You have to do what's best for you and your family. But my time is up. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed this episode. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe at I'm Just Being a Mom on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Give this video a thumbs up and comment below and follow me, all that stuff. But yeah, I gotta go. I love you guys. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you guys next week.